Hey guys, FIFA Vic here with episode 13 of Xavi On Robin. In today's episode we will be stealing some players that we win and picking up some packs if we get some draws as well. I'm sure you're familiar with the format by now. In the previous episode we stole Pepe, probably the most significant event of that one. He's in our centre-back position now, bossing it up in there. And we get up against this dude, and as you can see, we finally got the chance to pick up some informs. A based League One team, has to be said. Falcao up top as well. So we'll go with Inform Moutinho if we win. Unfortunately, the lowest rated player is Mariano, the right back from Brazil, who's really low rated. But interesting fact, guys, and I think this is right, it certainly was previously in FIFA, he is one of the only right backs with 4-star skills, so check him out if you like. Dominated this game heavily for very long parts, but in the 90th minute anything goes, guys, on FIFA Ultimate Team. Absolutely anything can happen, and João Moutinho, the player we were trying to steal, popping up with a massive header to draw him level, which means we're going to have to pick up a pack instead of stealing an inform, which is disappointing. But the most important thing is that we're now in the game with getting some big steals. It looks like we're finally in a division where people are going to have some beast players that we can actually steal and get this series up and running. The idea of this series, obviously, is because we're stealing the top player wherever possible, that we end up with like a really stonking hot team. You know, I was expecting to have had to buy loads of coins by now, but for some reason I haven't. Not a terrible pack at all, actually, guys. Valencia and Milner, the two players in the pack. We will give Valencia a go in the next game. We'll change our formation slightly to fit him in. The rest of the things, not too impressive. But everything else is good, so we'll store that in the club and sort all that out, and then we'll have a look at our squad with Valencia in that right position. We don't have a left-sided player at all, guys, so what I'll have to do is stick a Cam on the left, Isco on the left there, and hopefully we'll get a left-sided player that will sort us out. If we get a BPL one, that would be good, because that would give RVP some much-needed chemistry. So we'll try and get a left-sided player, and then we'll have a go at this formation. If we don't manage to get a left-sided player, we might go back to a different formation, or try a hold for different formation altogether. You know, if we get a striker, I'm going to go for a 2-up-top formation at some point as well. So we get up against this team. Martin Jol in the manager position there, recently sacked. But a strong BPL lineup, some very good players. The most interesting player for us is probably Schürrle. We were looking for a left-sided player, we have got one there. We've already got Kyle Walker, so the lowest rated player is Benteke. How many times have we said that already this season, this series? But Benteke is the player that we get if we lose. David Sideshow Bob Luiz pops up with the first goal for this dude, and it gets him off the mark, but Johnny Evans pulls one back for us on the 70th minute, but he goes straight up the other end again, and this is a really soft goal for me. But Schürrle popping up with the goal again, the guy that we're trying to steal scoring against us. Absolutely gutted with that. A terrible piece of defending. I'll let him counter-attack me. But 90th minute, OP hacks again, guys. RVP popping up with the big header to pull us level. And we're on the right side of the 90th minute BS on this occasion, guys. But that does unfortunately mean another lack of player added. We're going to have to open another pack, unfortunately. But at least you get to see another pack opening and stuff. There's no special packs, unfortunately, when I did this. And so I'm just going to get the 7,500 coin gold premium pack. One thing that's very interesting, guys, I don't know if you've ever thought about it or you're aware about it, but what time of day you play does heavily influence the type of players that you get drawn up against. And what I mean by that is, like, before I did YouTube, if I got to a Gold Cup final, I'd usually leave it on, like, say FIFA 11, I used to leave it until Saturday or Sunday morning at like 9 o'clock, if I happen to be up at 9 on a Saturday or Sunday morning, I'd play the cup final then, because the kids that are on Saturday morning, early doors, they're really young kids and they're really rubbish. You can win like 99% of your games if you play at that time. That was just a cheeky little thing that I used to do in the past. But I've noticed it again, like I took a day off work this week, and if you play in the day when all the kids are at school, it seems like, I don't know if you're playing against uni students, or I don't really know who the people are, but they always have very strong teams, you know. So that's quite weird. We get up against this team, this BPL team, and again, Sherla is up for grabs. This time the booby prize is Remy, but if we do end up with Remy, I will change to a different formation and get 2 players up top. The first thing you can probably tell by watching, I'm not sure, this game was horrendously laggy, really annoyingly laggy. He manages to get a laggy goal from Fellaini, and after that, like in the lag, he just spoilt the game basically, and I was just completely fucked off, guys. I'll just tell you straight. I'd basically given up at this point. I'd just let him take it off my goalie. He was just doing things like short corners or like kicking out a play like miles away, making the player go run after it and waste loads of time, and making it switch. If he had the throw in, he'd make it switch throwers and all that sort of stuff. So an absolutely rubbish and pointless game, guys, unfortunately. But it does mean that we will go and pick up Remy, and we'll try a 4-2-2-2 formation in the next episode, guys. So I hope you're down with that. We'll see what RVP's like when he links up with another striker. And Remy does have beast stats for Ultimate Team at that pace, strength and finishing, guys, that we want. So we'll pick him up and we'll see how we get on in the next episode. Thanks for watching as always. I've been FIFA Vic. Bye.